Hey guys, Heidi Easley here, Texas Art and Soul, and I teach women all over the world how to make money teaching paint parties. And so today I'm just working on something I am doing for my Paint Party Headquarters group. I love them so much. Paint Party Headquarters is I actually have a link in there if you want to get on the wait list. We're going to be opening Mother's Day, so make sure you get on the wait list so you know the extra surprise that you will get on Sunday when you join. So I'm making this for my Paint Party Headquarters members. And hey guys, thank y'all for joining. If you don't mind, do a like and let me know you're here. I'm going to go over the number one tip for starting a paint party business. So those of you out there, if you're already teaching paint parties, go ahead and just let me know if you are or not. And thank you guys, all of y'all that shared this video. You may have somebody that you know that's like the crafty person in the family, or maybe one of your friends, and you want them to watch this video, because I'm going to get you the number one thing you can do right now to start teaching a paint party. And I also love to share some happy mail. So I want to tell you just a little bit about the first thing you need to do. So the thing you need to do is have a guinea pig party. Now, if you're not sure what a guinea pig party is, a guinea pig party means that you're just going to grab your friends, some of your family, whoever you think, and let me know in the comments if you have done a guinea pig party before. Let me know. And that just means your family or your friends. And to be honest, I don't really like, I'm the middle child. There are 5 of us kids and I'm the middle child. And I usually don't like to get my family as my guinea pig party because I have 3 brothers and a sister, and I'm kind of the one that everybody makes fun of. I'm kind of the one that has all the jokes about. I'm just that person. So I technically wouldn't recommend getting your family if your family is like mine, because they would just laugh at me the whole time and make fun of me the whole time. But let me know if you've ever done a guinea pig party. So you don't even have to charge for a guinea pig party. It's really a quick and easy way to kind of see if you like teaching a paint party. So for example, this painting, the people in Paint Party Headquarters, which is my monthly group that I have, where I give them rights to paintings and all kinds of marketing packs and social media hacks and all of those great things. And this is going to be going to them. So I'm going to show you in just a second kind of how I'm going to spruce this up. But if you're interested in that, go ahead and go to the wait list in the description and get on the wait list, because I'm telling you, Mother's Day, this will be the last time that I open the doors at this price. Okay, the price will be going up the next time, so I want you to get in on this price before it goes up. And I have some other extra special news that has not been announced to the public. Only Paint Party Headquarters people, do not say anything in the comments. Don't say it. Please don't say it. It's a surprise for them. Okay, so what I wanted to tell you is, has anybody ever watched the YouTube with Mel Robbins, the 5-second rule? If you have, put in the comments, because I am about to let you know something that's pretty cool. And Terry says, I've done 3 so far and 2 more coming up. Thanks to you. Oh, Terry, that's amazing. Started my first one with my girlfriends and they did make fun of me. And then Caitlin says, must be a middle child thing. I get picked on most too. Oh my gosh. So my family, I'm going to tell you a quick story about my family. Y'all are probably going to think we're crazy. We are crazy. So after I had Pixie, I had Bells Palsey. Do y'all know what Bells Palsey is? It's like when half your face stops working. It's really fun. I didn't think I was a vain person until half my face stopped working. Then I started thinking, maybe I am a little vain. So I had Pixie, and then she's like a couple weeks old, and then all of a sudden I go to take a drink out of a cup, and I use the straw, and then all of a sudden, like, water just comes out of my mouth. And I'm like, what the heck happened? Oh my gosh, I cannot believe this happened. And I'm freaking out. I'm like, did I have a stroke? Did something, go wrong? And so I took this drink and I go straight to the mirror, right? I'm home alone. I have this baby. I don't know what to do with this baby. And I'm like, oh my gosh, and I look in the mirror and I go to smile. And I still sometimes, when you watch my videos, sometimes you'll see it's this right side that kind of acts funky. It's so weird. And so my husband comes home and I'm like, Bobby, is something wrong with my face? Tell me the truth. And so, I'm laughing now. At the time, it was horrific. It was awful. Have y'all ever had like an experience like that? Anyway, it gets better. It gets better. So so he is like, oh my gosh, okay, you're gonna be okay. Let me call your sister. And so he walks outside and I'm just thinking like, oh my gosh, something's wrong with me, but I don't know what. And so all of a sudden he says, I didn't know exactly what he said at the time to my sister, but he was basically freaking out. He's like, okay, we need to get, Pixie to your sister and we are going to the hospital. So we get to the hospital because he literally thought I had a stroke. And we get to the hospital and they say it's Bell's palsy. Well, Bell's palsy can last a few days, a few weeks. It could last thank y'all for sharing, by the way. I love to give happy mail for people who share. It can last a few weeks. It could last years. And so here I am. I'm 27 years old. I have half my face. I have to wear an eye patch, a freaking eye patch because my eye won't blink. So my eye's not blinking, my face, half of my face isn't working. We talked about like having to buy me a magnet to get my eye to blink. It was awful. It's all on this side. So, I had an eye patch. Bobby would be like, are you okay? it was so bad because that's how my family deals with stuff. We laugh. We make fun of each other and we laugh when there's weird stuff because that's just, that's how we do it. And so, does your family do that or are we the only ones? That's how we handle really crazy, difficult situations. We have to laugh. And so, and there's always jokes that are probably not appropriate that are happening during these kinds of things. So anyway, it lasted for 2.5 weeks. I remember just my sister going, okay, you can cry. I was in the bathtub. She was sitting there kind of just talking to me while I was in the bathtub and I was just crying. I just had a baby. My face doesn't work. My baby's crying all the time. I love you, Pixie, so much. But man, that first year, I was not that mom that's like, oh, I love babies. No, I was not that mom. I was like, what did I do? Oh my gosh, how am I going to handle this? And it was a mess. And so my sister, she said, all right, you got 2 hours, cry, get it all out, and then we're gonna suck it up and we're just gonna deal with this. And so I ended up having to get on tons of steroids. I couldn't breastfeed. That's why whenever people get real hardcore about how dare you not breastfeed, I'm like, you don't know anyone's situation. So I don't think that's fair for people to be that way. Some people have Bell's palsy and put so much steroids in their body they can't breastfeed. Sometimes it's not their fault. And so I end up, crying my eyes out, going, okay, I'll be all right, as I blink my eye. Every few seconds, I'm blinking my own eye. And then I'm like, okay, I got to suck it up. And so I just started reading everything I could. I found out if you do this a lot, on your face, it'll actually help the Bell's palsy, if you take the steroids, whatever. So it lasted about 2.5 weeks, but it felt like an eternity. For those of you that have ever had facial paralysis, you know what I'm talking about. And it felt like an eternity. I hated it so much. And that was, and they said if you ever have a baby again, it's a good chance you're going to get Bell's palsy again, and you probably won't be able to, we don't know the time frame. And so that is not the only reason I chose to have an only child. So it's not the only reason, but it did factor in. And so now I've noticed whenever I'm, really tired or really stressed or major things are happening, I'll notice some of my videos, part of my face stops working. It is craziness. So anyway, the reason I share all that is because my brothers and sisters, so for Christmas, I ended up being on an entire... Y'all are going to think we're bad people. This is how we deal with it. So I ended up on a deck of cards, 52 cards of my face, because I took a picture to send family, my mom, and of course my sister and brother get a hold of it, and it's really my sister. She's hilarious, and she made a mug. There's somewhere in the family floating around a mug of me and my half face working. It was so bad. So anyway, I just wanted to say, so you might not want to do the guinea pig party with your family. You might want to do it with friends. Friends will be a little bit better. Anyway, so I wanted to tell you, long story short. Okay, so Mel Robbins, if you ever listened to the Mel, I got so off track. I'm so sorry. This Facebook Live is going totally south. I didn't think I was going to share all that. Sometimes I don't mean to overshare. I always overshare, but I don't mean to overshare. Okay, so just to get back to where I was going with this, and thank y'all for sharing, by the way. Probably the weirdest Facebook Live I've ever done. So what I was telling you about Mel Robbins is she talks about, now we're going to get serious. We just had some fun. Now I'm going to get serious. And if you're just now tuning in, go ahead and listen to about 5 minutes ago. When I talk about my face not working. It was quite an ordeal, people. Quite an ordeal. Okay, so anyway, and if you're just now tuning in and you don't know who I am, Heidi Easley, I teach people all over the world how to make money teaching paint parties. And I'm telling you to try a guinea pig party, and the reason why is because you just got to get your nerves out. And, you know, Mel Robbins on YouTube, if you've never listened to her stuff, okay, Yvonne says always overshare. Yeah, listen to 5 minutes ago. You might think differently. I overshared a little too much. So, anyway, Mel, I can't stop laughing. Oh my gosh, if y'all would have seen the deck of cards. I'm sure it's floating around. I just don't know if I want that on the internet, honestly. My Bells Palsey face with me blinking my eye, I don't know if I really want that on the internet. Anyway, what I'm trying to tell you about is the 5-second rule. So the 5-second rule is Mel Robbins. If you've never YouTubed it before, you need to. She is amazing. And for those of you sharing, thank you. I'm going to be sending one of you happy mail. So she is amazing. So she actually lost everything similar to us, but I think they lost even more. She talks about it on her YouTube and on her book she wrote. And she was in this depression for, like 3 months. Like she could not get out of bed. She hit snooze every time. Oh, Brendan, you have to rewind it. It's hilarious. I'm trying to get back into the seriousness of this live, but I just can't stop laughing at myself from what happened. Okay, and I know some of you are probably like crazy. You're like, probably think I'm totally crazy right now. Anyway, so she was like depressed and she couldn't get out of bed, and she, they lost everything, and the alarm would go off and she just couldn't do it. And one day she was watching TV and she, I'm just gonna kind of rough this up a little bit. Can y'all see that? Just do a heart or like if you can see this. She was watching TV and she, in a guinea pig party, ask, if you have any questions about guinea pig parties, please ask, because I'm gonna stay on for just a couple minutes and answer a few questions. So anyway, she was really upset, and she was watching the news, and it talked about how they were sending, this shuttle to space, and how it took all these people to do these things. And it got her thinking about how, like, this big team, and if one person didn't do their part, how they could not, how they, they couldn't make this happen, and how important it was for us each to do our part in the world. And so she started, kind of like a countdown, like, the rocket launch, like 10, 9, 8, like the countdown. So she decided that next morning she was going to wake up and she was going to start a countdown, like a blast off. So instead of hitting snooze like she had done for 3 months in a row, instead of hitting snooze and being depressed and kind of like me in my bathtub moment where I was crying for 2 hours and then I just had to suck it up and wear an eye patch and blink my own eye and go about my business till my face started working again. So she was like that. She was like, okay, I'm just going to count down. As soon as that alarm goes off, I'm going to start counting from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and she's gonna get up. Her feet are going to hit the floor when she hits 1. And she started talking about how she did that. And it was the first time in 3 months that she had gotten out of bed. And she remembers waking up, it was cold and the floor was cold, but she knew she had to take action. And from that day, the next day, I'm gonna pretend like I'm a rocket ship. I'm gonna pretend like I'm gonna blast off. I'm gonna count down from 10, 9, and she just kept doing it and taking those steps. And I know sometimes we can be like, me and my Bells Palsey, I could have totally just like, not been there for my kid, just really like totally just, okay, I'm done, I'm out. And instead, I had to have my time to be upset about it. Obviously, my face stopped working, right? I had to have my time to be upset about it. But then I also had to know I had responsibilities and I had to get back out there and I had to keep trying, even though I looked like a crazy person. And so the 5-second rule, what she talks about, which I thought was really cool, and I'm just going to be putting some things here. Again, this painting is going to be a part of Paint Party Headquarters. If you don't know what that is, it is so awesome. Okay, so set your alarm. Mother's Day. Mother's Day, if you don't get my emails, make sure you get my emails, because on Mother's Day, I'm going to be sending you an email that is going to give you access to get into Paint Party Headquarters. This is one of the paintings that the ladies are getting to use for rights to use to make money with, okay? So make sure that you get into Paint Party Headquarters. I'll have the entire tutorial on exactly how to do this, along with tracers, everything else, so you can get on the wait list right now. The description is in there. So anyway, the whole point of that is like doing the guinea pig party. We are scared. Your mind is wired to tell you not to do things that put you out of your comfort zone. And that is all about what Mel Robbins talks about, is how we have to almost trick our mind. We almost have to take action before our mind catches up and realizes what the heck we're doing. We have to take action immediately before our mind goes, wait, no. That's out of your comfort zone and you can't do that, right? You have got to take action before you're terrified, before you're too scared, and then the moment passes and you don't do anything. So go ahead and ask any questions about a guinea pig party, and then I'm also going to do a little bit of splatter paint I want to show you. Oh, thank you, Holly. Okay, so Kathy says, what's a guinea pig party? A guinea pig party is when you grab a couple of friends. It could be 3 or 4 friends, maybe your kid, maybe your aunt, whoever you want. Just gather them around your table and teach them a painting, a simple painting. See how you like it. That is the #1 tip for starting a paint party business, because you can easily grab a couple of people, teach them, and the thing that you'll find out is when you do that, #1, you'll immediately have pictures to start showing people that you are teaching paint parties, right? #2, oh, thank you, Ashley. You're awesome. Ashley's really awesome. Brendan, yes, I know that feeling. Yes, it's so true. You have got to take action before your brain catches up. It's so crazy, but you do. And then a guinea pig party, just having those people over, you'll have pictures to start showing people that you're like legit doing this. And then also you're gonna kind of get your nerves out. You're gonna get the feeling of like when I need to move to another step. Some of my first parties took way longer than expected. Some of my first parties were total disasters, but I had to practice. I had to get in there. I had to start. And I think that's where sometimes we think, oh my gosh, we can't do it. We're not good enough yet. It's not about being good enough yet. It's about taking action. I had somebody email me and say something about, well, aren't there too many places out there already teaching paint parties? And I'm like, it's like having a hamburger. I mean, everybody is already educated on hamburgers. They know what a hamburger is. That doesn't mean that there's only one hamburger place in town. They're all over the place. It's how you go about teaching your paint parties that's going to make people want to come back and want to do more things with you. It's about getting creative. I think that's why people love Paint Party Headquarters so much, is because I'm not sitting there going, yeah, this is the marketing strategy I did 7 years ago and good luck. No, I am still doing paint parties right now. I have a paint party on Saturday. I have a paint party next Thursday. I am constantly out there in the fields learning what is working now? That's how I've been able to consistently teach paint parties for the past 7 years, is because I am always changing up. I'm always changing up my techniques, my styles, the way I market, I find things in the public that's working, not working, and then go for it. So some of you may have already been teaching paint parties that's watching me. If that's you, just put a yes or do a like or a heart. Some of you may have already been teaching paint parties, but now you're like, you've hit a brick wall and you're like, why can't I keep doing this? I just had a party of 20, 2 months ago. Why can't I do one now? It's all about always being on top of your marketing, always. And that's what I love so much about Paint Party Headquarters, is because I'm constantly feeding those women new strategies, new techniques, things I'm finding. There's stuff I'm testing right now that I'm seeing if works before I give to people in Paint Party Headquarters, because we are busy. I'm not about to waste their time. I'm not going to just give them half-ass strategies that I think might work. No, I am giving them concrete stuff that I know that works. So the thing that I'm testing right now, I'm not telling them I'm doing it yet, because I don't want them to do it, because what if it doesn't work, right? I want things that work for them. Brendan asked, do you remember your first paint party? Yes, I do. It was so awkward. Okay, so my very first one was almost 10 years ago. No, over 10 years ago. I was teaching in Florida at the time. I went to a painting. It was called How Great Thou Art. And it was around the same time, just after Painting with a Twist started their paint parties. And I remember going to this paint party. I was making like $21,000 a year teaching. My first year teaching, I knew immediately I had to get a second job. And I went to this paint party. My mother-in-law had bought me tickets. And I was sitting there painting, and the owner of the place was walking around. There was about 40 people in there. And we started talking to her about me being an art teacher. And she said, oh my gosh, do you want to, work here for part-time? And I was like, yeah, what does it pay? And she's like, well, I pay you $50 and it's basically a 2-hour class. Get this. I was like, you're going to pay me $50? Oh my gosh. Like, I was in tears. I was so overwhelmed with excitement. I could not believe I could get paid $50 to teach a paint party. Look at it now. If those of you out there that already do a paint party, you make way more in one night than $50, right? But I was like, yes, I will do this. I mean, I signed up. I started teaching part-time there. And the first one I did, only 2 people came. It was a couple. And it was a design I had made. It was this big wave I had made with all these different colors. And it was this couple, and I remember it being so awkward because I didn't really know how to carry on a conversation yet. By that time, my face was working. However, I did not know how to carry on a conversation. And I was just like it was kind of like their date night. So I felt like a third wheel, honestly. So now I always say, like, we need a minimum of, 5 to 8. Like, I like to have more people there, just because I like to make sure there's good music, all of those things, because it can get awkward. But I learned a lot from that experience. So here's the thing. Sometimes you just got to do it, even when it's awkward. So I'm going to do something kind of cool on here that I think might work. It might not. We'll see. We'll know real quick if it's going to work or not. So this is one of the paintings that Paint Party Headquarters is going to get. But I want to splatter paint on here just a little. So y'all just bear with me. I'm going to see if this makes it good or bad. Again, I like to get my paintings painted out before I actually record them for Paint Party Headquarters so that they get the best of the best. And if you're not sure what Paint Party Headquarters is, there is a link where you can go ahead and get a free gift if you register for the wait list. And then that gets you a free gift, and it also, you'll be the first to know what happens on Mother's Day, because I'm opening the doors. This will be the last launch I do at the price that I have. So the next time I launch, which will probably be in September, will go up. So if you want in on this, and I have another really cool deal that's happening with that. So what color splatter paint should I do? What do y'all think? please tell me what color splatter paint do you think I should add? And if you're in Paint Party Headquarters, just do a shout out. Let us know who's watching, who's in Paint Party Headquarters, because you're gonna be getting rights to this painting soon with a full tutorial. So go ahead and do a shout out. Let me know if you're here on the Facebook Live. I would love to see. Okay, so I'm gonna wait one more minute for some color choices. Pink, blue, yellow. Oh, Leanne. Leanne's gonna be a special guest. She's in Paint Party Headquarters and she has a special tutorial that is going to change y'all's lives in Paint Party Headquarters. Just saying, Leanne, it's amazing. Turquoise, Leanne, yep, in Paint Party Headquarters. Caitlin is in Paint Party Headquarters. Caitlin, you'll be getting rights to this in a full tutorial coming up soon. Let's see, hot pink or teal. Ooh, I'm loving all this teal. Y'all are speaking my language. Y'all know my business colors, obviously, are teal and hot pink. We're on the same wavelength. In Paint Party Headquarters is so worth it. Oh, thank you, Beth. I know, I can't wait to open the doors. We're gonna probably open the doors. I mean, obviously Mother's Day. I'm so freaking excited. I have some huge announcements that have not been made yet. Only Paint Party Headquarters people know. Ooh, white, that's a good idea. Terry says both hot pink and teal. Hey, I'm watching while I'm waiting for a doctor's appointment. Oh, that works. Tell them hi. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, I think I might go, maybe, let's try a little pink. Yeah, I have a really cool announcement that only Paint Party Headquarters knows about. And then, okay, so when you're splatter painting, it's usually best to have this one on top with a little bit of water first, then paint, then have your clean brush under. So when you're splatter painting, it's like you're drumsticking, like that. Okay, somebody said, how much is it to join? Okay, Lisa, right now, but you can't join until Mother's Day, and the doors will only be open for a few days. And Mother's Day, it'll open. It's $32 a month, but you can cancel at any time. There's a discount if you sign up for the entire year. There's a discount, but then when I open back up in September, it will go up to $37 a month. So I would get in while it's $32. Less than one painter, not even a paint party, less than one painter a month, you will be able to pay for it. And we charge $35 to $45 a person, and my minimum's 8 people. So I have, and you know, I'm still doing paint parties all the time. So I basically teach you the tips, the strategies, everything that you need to have a successful paint party, along with rights to paintings, which is priceless. It saves you so much time. Leanne says, shh, I'm watching while at work. I'm gonna whisper for Leanne. Okay, so we got some pink on there. Oh, sorry, Leanne. I'm so loud. Okay, and if you missed the first part of the video and you have kind of a sick sense of humor like me, you might want to rewind it because I was a little oversharing with my Bells Palsey story. I mean, I don't know, you might want to rewind. So I just want to remind y'all real quick before I go, I'm going to add a little bit of purple. Those of you that share, I do like to choose one person to give happy mail to, so just put shared in the comments and make sure you share. So, you know, let's be honest here. And then also, make sure that you do a guinea pig party. So let me know in the comments if you are doing a guinea pig party. If you are, go ahead and put in the comments the date you're gonna do it. I would love so much to have the date in the comments of when you're going to do it. So stop procrastinating. Remember we talked about Mel Robbins and her 5-second rule. Before your brain takes control and tells you not to do it because it's out of your comfort zone, put a date down in the comments. Am I pushing towards the comments? There we go. Right there. Put it in the comments, the date you're going to do the guinea pig party. And Leanne says you're fine. Paint Party Headquarters is so worth it. Love Heidi and the entire group. Yeah, we're going to try to be quiet for her little thing. Oh, thank y'all for sharing. Okay, so how many paintings a month? Lisa, you for sure get one painting tutorial a month, but I always have, I like to do bonuses. So sometimes you get 2, but here's the thing. People think you need a gazillion, bazillion paintings to run a successful paint party business. First off, you're gonna get the whole library of, because this is the 1-year anniversary of Paint Party headquarters. So you're gonna get the entire library, which is tons of paintings and rights to tons of paintings. The other thing that's so cool is that all the ladies in there, we have 200 women that are like sharing their paintings that they're coming up with. It's craziness. So you end up with a whole bunch of paintings but really to have a great season, I always say like my spring season, usually it's 2, maybe 3 designs that make all my money. My fall season, it's usually 1, maybe 2 designs that make all my money. My Christmas, it's 1 to 2 designs that make all my money. Last year, Paint Party headquarters girls, we had a really cool truck and tree that I designed. Oh my gosh, that was like the truck that kept on giving. I mean, I can't tell you how much money people have made in Paint Party headquarters from that one design. It was insane. So yeah, the doors are not open yet. They will open on Mother's Day. So set your alarm. First off, put in the comments the date you're gonna do your guinea pig party. Set your alarm. And then I want you to set your alarm for Mother's Day, because there's some really cool stuff coming and I don't want you to miss the special things. So everybody that's in Paint Party headquarters, be watching. This is coming to you pretty soon as one of your painting. And then we could put a quote on it or something like that. And the spider paint is obviously optional, especially depending on where you're teaching at, but I think it would be an extra fun thing. And then those of y'all that don't know me, oh my gosh, please check out my website, texasartandsoul.com. texasartandsoul.com. There are so many cool things on there. In addition to, I have a really cool video. I have some videos on how to start Paint Party businesses. I also have, let me see. I went blank for a minute. I also have some videos on how to find your customers, so that should help you too. So go to texasartandsoul.com and then let me know how it goes. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.